All right. I think we are about live. Let's see. I'm going to drop the link for the Zoom in the chat just in case you don't have it. All right. Paste that. There we go. All right. Welcome to Recast Live. Guys, I know it's been a few weeks and we have been a little out of pocket, but been working hard and really putting a lot of fun stuff together. So I'm super excited to bring it to you guys. If you are just joining us for the first time, welcome to the Recast Live. And this is our live stream that I do every Monday, just about. And on this live, we talk about things to help you improve your business, mindsets to help you motivate yourself and drive you in your business, lead generation tips, marketing tips, you name it, we cover it. And I'm excited today because we're going to bring a few announcements at the end of today's broadcast, but also excited because of today's topic, because it's going to be something that I think a lot of people are experiencing right now. So super excited to bring that to you. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Kristen Brumbaugh. I am the host of Recast Live and of this group here on Facebook, the Real Estate Client Acquisition Strategies for Top Producers Facebook group. You'll hear me call it Recast because that's a whole lot less to say. It's a lot easier on the mouth than that long group name. But welcome to the Recast Live broadcast. If you are new here again, I have dropped the Zoom link in the Facebook chat. The Facebook live chat. So if you want to join me on Zoom, you can, and you can interact in that way, or you could stay on the Facebook stream and interact that way. I've got both up, so feel free to put your comments in there. Speaking of comments, you guys know, if you've been here before, you know I love engagement. So what I would like for you to do now is, if you're watching this with me live at 2 o'clock on Monday, comment live, give me a good afternoon, 2 o'clock Eastern, I should say. Give me a good afternoon or something along those lines. If you're watching the replay later on, feel free to comment replay. That just lets me know when people are tuning in. And then as we go through the process, I'll ask some questions. I'll ask for your feedback. Just drop that in the comments wherever you're watching at. And yeah, let's go ahead and get rolling in. I'm going to pull up the chat. I did have it up on Facebook, but it looks like it's frozen. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that up so that way I can make sure I'm seeing you guys. Awesome. Got some people on there. Love it. And then I'm going to drop this link again because it looks like it didn't save last time, and I'm going to pin it to the top of the chat. So there we go. All right, it is pinned, so you guys are welcome to join me on Zoom should you choose to do so. So diving right into today's topic, which are the 5 topics, the 5 things that you should be brushing up on, that you should be taking a look at as we begin kind of this change in the market. And as we dive into that, there's something that I want to put out there. I think a lot of us, myself included, have been calling this a shift. And as we continue to move forward in the process, I think it's really important to clarify that, because everything that I'm seeing, everything that those that I trust most with information are saying, I don't know that we would quite call this a shift. I think it's more of a normalizing of the market. We've had such a crazy market for the past 2 years. And so to call it a shift, I think is a bit of a leap. I think what we're seeing right now is a bit of a normalizing of the market. We're starting to normalize. And so, you know, in the famous words from some of my favorite, I think it's the 90s, this is going to really throw me off now. You know, we're not gonna call it a shift, right? So it's a normalizing. Anyway, so as we enter this period of real estate, I think it's important to kind of freshen up your business, to freshen up yourself and how you're handling your business. Who here, give me a 1 in the chat if you have been working to kind of rejuvenate your business lately. If you have been working to try to kind of take a fresh approach to the second half of the year. Let me know if that sounds like you. Drop a 1 in the chat. And if you're really just still trying to get your feet under you and trying to figure out which way is up, from the market from the past 2 years, drop a 2 in the chat and we can jump right in. So, but today's topic, like I said, are going to be the 5 things that that you should be focusing on in your business right now. And diving right into that, number 1 is business planning. I think it's important with a market that's changing to relook at your business plan, to figure out how it may have changed or needs to change going into the second half of the year. What you wrote in January might not be as on par with where you are, or you might have exceeded it. But I think it's important to freshen up your business plan halfway through the year when you're in a changing market like we're in. So the first thing you should be focusing on is your business plan. How much business, what does your business look like? What do you want it to look like? And how are you going to go about getting that business? Now, if you stay all the way till the end, I'm going to talk about something really exciting that's coming up that is going to help really fine tune this business plan idea. So make sure you stay tuned for that. But what is your business plan looking like? What kind of business are you wanting to do? How much business are you wanting to do? What is it going to take to get that business? How much is it going to cost to get that business? Thinking about your marketing and kind of what you're going to have to put out there and what you should be budgeting. So really looking in and fine tuning your business plan, your business practices, that kind of thing is my first suggestion on what you should be focusing on right this moment. Don't spend forever on it though. Like take an afternoon, work on it, keep the train moving, because you don't have a lot of time left before the end of the year. So it's important that you're making progress every day. I actually did a class this morning in another group that was about stress-free leadership. And one of the strategies, if you will, was to make a little progress every day. And I think that's really important to bring into your business, bring into your life, is making sure that you're making a little bit of progress every single day, not only in your business plan, but on your business and keeping it moving forward. So that's number 1. Number 2 is time management. What does your time management look like right now? What do your routines look like? What does your planning look like? You're prioritizing, are you prioritizing things? Do you have a routine, or has that kind of fallen by the wayside? It's really easy. We do all these great things in January, and it's really easy to get to this part of the year and things have kind of slid, especially with vacations, summers, things like that. It's really easy for those things to kind of slide backwards. So it's a really great time to kind of reinvest yourself in your routines and in your time management, making sure that you are prioritizing your business, prioritizing the needs of your business, and actually scheduling in your prospecting and your follow-up. If you're using Google Calendar or a paper planner, I don't care which one you're using, making sure that you're scheduling in your prospecting and your follow-up is really key and crucial right now to ensuring that your second half of the year is as plentiful as you would like it to be. So brushing up, like I said, routines, your diligence to yourself, your planning of each day, your planning of your weeks. In here, we've dropped the Prolific Planner before. So if you want that, just drop Prolific Planner in the chat and I can send you over that link. But that's a really great starting point if you're trying to figure out exactly how to get your week going. So that's number 2. Number 3 is reading. I think it's a really great time if you've kind of dropped self-help reading by the wayside, because, especially during summer, it's really easy to just want to fall into those easy reads, those, fun reads. But picking back up some self-help books, one that I really recommend is How to Win Friends and Influence People. It's a tried and true classic. So it's a great kind of, even if you read it before, it's kind of a great refresher to just get yourself in the right mindset of approaching people and creating conversations. So that's number 3. And that's one I would strongly recommend picking up and rereading if you've read it already, and reading for the first time if you haven't read it yet. It's a great one. I have it on Audible and in hardback form. So that's, I tend to kind of switch between the two. Okay. Number 4, and I realize I'm kind of rolling through these guys. So if you want me to slow down, if you want me to talk more on a particular topic, I can do that. But I want to make sure that I'm best serving you guys. Number 4 is marketing. We're going to take it back. Marketing 101. Learn something new and think outside of the box. Learn something that you've not done before. I think it's really crucial to be continuously learning and to try something new. Now, that I say that, but also put that in hand with making sure that you have some solid things set up for continuous recognition, brand recognition. So whether that's social media or that is direct mail or email list, whatever it may be, making sure that you continue that path, but also maybe adding in something new in this second half of the year to get more conversations going. Remember, guys, our goal here is to create new conversations, constantly. So the more opportunities you can put in front of yourself to create those conversations, the better off you're going to be. So learn something new to help promote yourself and think outside of the box. We talk about some of the basics, right? Social media, direct mail, email marketing, that kind of thing. But think about like maybe events or local advertisements, things that will help get you. And I've actually got some things coming up where we're going to be talking about 20, I have about 20 different lead generation ideas. So stay tuned. Again, at the end, I'm going to make some announcements about what's coming up for those kind of things, but we've got some lead generation ideas coming up, but think outside of the box for that kind of thing. And I realize if anybody is trying to get in the Zoom, I don't think so. Okay. That's okay. Where was I at? Oh, number 4, marketing, learn something else. Then number 5, learn more about what's coming. So each market is going to be a little bit different, right? We might all be facing similar things, but markets are going to vary bit by bit. So if you're in a market, for example, that might potentially see more for pre-foreclosures and things like that, then prepare yourself, get comfortable in that realm, get comfortable with REOs, that kind of thing. So that way you are ahead of the game. Look at your market and see, and kind of, read the data and listen to the experts around you to see if you can kind of get your foot on the gas in the area that your market is headed. Because I think preparing yourself and being fresh on what's to come is going to be really important. What are some things I would love to hear from you guys in the chat? What are some things that you foresee your market doing in the next 6 to 12 months? Or what are you already seeing in your market? I know for us in our market, we're seeing, houses are still selling, especially in a certain price point. We're still seeing that multiple offer situation, but it's definitely not selling necessarily as quickly, right? Still selling decently, but we're not getting the fly off the shelf in 3 hours kind of thing, or contracts before, before showings kind of deal as much. So what are you guys seeing in your market currently, and where do you foresee your market going in the next 6 to 12 months? I'd love to see if we have any consistencies with that. So to kind of recap us, things that you should be focusing on right now. One is refocusing in on your business plan, what you want your business to look like, how you're going to get that business, and how much it's going to cost you to get that business, and what you should be budgeting, right? Focusing in on the who, what, when, where kind of your business plan to make sure you're headed in the right path. Number 2 is your time management, revisiting those habits, those routines, your schedules, things like that, to make sure that you're still putting your best foot forward, that you're still creating the habits and the routines in your life for success. So it's a great time to revisit those. Number 3 is reading, not only How to Win Friends and Influence People, but also other self-help books. I'm actually in the process of reading the 4-2 Formula, which is a book by Jeff Shore. It was primarily, I think, written towards the new home side, but it's got some really great sales tactics, things like that, sales techniques for real estate. So just brushing up on that. It's a really quick, easy read that I've been enjoying. So, reading things that are going to help you grow your business. doing something fresh and new with your marketing, being consistent with your marketing. That's the big C word. It's my favorite C word, is being consistent with your marketing. And then number 5 was to learn more about what's coming in your market, kind of putting your foot on the gas for what you foresee coming in the market. Couple of things in the chat here that I want to make sure I get to. Still no inventory with houses, but condos, more listings are available. Prices are still high. Yeah, I don't know that we're really seeing like a drop in price so much. I think, you know, we might have some slight adjustment, but I think we've just set a new pricing bar, right, in the market. I don't know that you're going to see some major drops. I think that we had high enough prices for long enough that we've really just had a new set point as far as pricing. Still no inventory with houses. Yeah, I mean, we still have low inventory, right? I think though that we're going to start to see that balance out a little bit. At least in our market, we are. Donna said, what's the name of the book? I think the one that you're referencing is the one that I said I'm reading, which is The 4-2 Formula by Jeff Shore. It's called the 4-2 Formula, but it's getting buyers off the fence and into a home. Let me see if I can get that to come through. I've got the Zoom background on, I realize. So let's see here. Lift that up. Yeah, it's by Jeff Shore. It's the 4-2 Formula and getting buyers off the fence and into a home. Really quick, easy read. It's including scripts, 168 pages, 169 pages. That includes some scripts that he includes as well. So really great book. Rosie said, home prices dropping, buyers pulling back. Interesting. So you are seeing some price drops. I've seen it a little bit. The only time I've seen price drops here in our market in South Carolina is when they were kind of priced too high to begin with, right? Like there's still reasonable pricing. And those homes that were priced really too high to begin with, we are seeing those drop a little bit, but standard pricing, we're not seeing come down. Rosie, I'd love to know with you, you're in Dallas, so you guys did have some big price hikes. So that does make sense a little bit. Buyers pulling back, what are the reasons why you feel like those buyers are pulling back? I would love to hear that from you. Do you think it's rates? Do you think it's something else? What is it that you think is causing buyers to pull back more so? We still have a ton of buyers. I'm on the Alabama coast. Okay. Yeah. So I think that's how we are. We still have a lot of buyers, but we have maybe a few less, because we're starting to see that balance a little bit. So, okay. So I know I promised you guys, and I try not to take up too much of your time on these, but I know I promised you guys some big announcements, and I'm really excited about everything that's coming up. So the time that I took off I took that to really think through, like, what is it that I'm bringing you guys on these lives? What is it that I'm bringing you as a whole in the group? I want to make sure that I'm constantly bringing you guys value. And so I've kind of done a shift, if you will, of our content plan. So we're going to continue to do these lives on Mondays at 2 p.m. Eastern. I've had such a mixed bag of answers as far as if people like that time or don't like that time. So we're going to leave this set for a minute, but we're also going to be doing in the middle of the month on Wednesday. This month it's on the 17th, I believe. But usually about the third Wednesday of the month, we're going to do a late afternoon Zoom. And it will be Zoom only, and it is going to be, and you might have seen it on the page already, it's going to be the Recast Masterclass, and it's going to be Zoom only. It won't be streamed here into the group. So you'll have to go on, if you go to the event page, there's a registration link in the description. If you go on and register for it, it's all through Zoom, Zoom registration page. And so if you go on and register through it, you will have access to the replay after the fact. But I'm doing it at 5 p.m. Eastern, which is going to allow some of my West Coast realtors to be able to get on hopefully at a time that's a little bit more convenient and allow them to kind of come in and engage a little bit more. So it's going to be a late afternoon Zoom that we're going to do, and it's going to be a little bit beefier. So you can typically expect the masterclass to take at least an hour, maybe an hour and a half, and it's going to be a lot more engaging. For example, this one that we have coming up is going to be about your mid-year market. I forget exactly what I called it now. Your mid-year market refresh, I think is what it was. And that is going to be about some of these things that we just talked about. It's going to be about revisiting that business plan. I've got some downloadables that you guys are going to be able to kind of workbook style during the masterclass. And you're going to be able to go through, figure out exactly what it is that you're wanting for your business and how you're going to be able to get that business. And in that masterclass, we are going to talk about 20 different lead generation ideas to help you grow your business, to help you get more opportunities into your business. We're also going to be talking about the lead generation ideas. We're going to be talking about the, my brain just flew out the door. Budgeting, talking about marketing budgets, things like that for you as an independent contractor in your business. So we're going to get really local level for you, and we're going to work through it together. It will be two-way conversation style. So you'll be able to get on, ask questions, really get some brainstorming done for you personally. I do expect this to fill up pretty quick. So if you want to make sure you get access, because I do have a limit on the number of people that can come in on Zoom, make sure you register soon. That way you'll be able to get all of the downloadables and you'll be able to get access and everything. Now, if you register and you're not able to get on for some reason, then you will have access to the replay, and we will do our best to be as preventative as possible to get as many people in. So Donna said, when will the Zoom link be? Where will the Zoom link be to sign up for the Wednesday class? It is in the Facebook event, but I will go ahead and drop it in the chat real quick. So it's your mid-year marketing refresh. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Go back. All right. So copy link address. I'm going to drop this link in the chat. So this will be to register for the masterclass. Again, that's taking place on August 17th at 5 p.m. Eastern. This will be about an hour to an hour and a half of totally deep diving into your business. We're going to be doing a masterclass every month, about the third Wednesday of the month. And also each month going forward, we're going to have a topic for the Recast Live, for the masterclass. We're going to be centering around one central topic every single month. So this month, our topic is really about adjustment. How are we adjusting to the market change? How are we adjusting our marketing? How are we adjusting our business? How are we adjusting our mindset? All of it. So this month is going to be about adjustment and making sure we're on the right path going forward to be able to get our business to where we want it to be, and how we can prepare ourselves for any future market changes. So that way going forward, we're not blindsided, right? So I dropped the Zoom registration link for the masterclass that's happening on the 17th in the chat. Make sure you grab that. I'll send you out a confirmation. And yeah. I think that is all I have for today. You know, like I said, our topic today was the 5 areas you should be focusing on. Before I log off with you guys, though, was there anything in particular that you wanted me to go back and kind of recap in those 5 things? Or would anybody be willing to share what of those 5 things really stuck with you, what resonated with you, in the sense of, you know, what's going to kind of motivate you to move forward a little bit more? What's going to motivate you to get your path on the right area? So I have sick kids at home still, always, it feels like, and I think one's breaking out of nap jail. So if you guys have any other questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. I will be on and I will comment back. And if that is it, then I will talk to you guys soon. Like I said, I'll be back here next Monday, and then we'll be back in the recast masterclass on the 17th. And I can't wait to see you guys there. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week. Go out, kick butt, and make things happen. Talk to you soon.